are here with Paul Tomash, Managing Director of Indochina Services, a receptive operator to the Indochina countries, Mekong region. Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
Tell us a bit about your services. In particular, I'm interested in Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. What do you offer travel agents and tour operators?
Well, basically, those three countries are very well known for culture, for ethnic, for history. So basically, this is what we offer as a majority of services. It's related to the history, to the past, to the cultural aspects, Angkor Wat in Cambodia, the Royal Palace in Hue, all these ancient parts of the Southeast Asian area there in Indochina. This is what we mostly offer. And in addition, I think Vietnam is more and more becoming a beach destination for a lot of people.
So if, let's take it this way. I'm a travel agent and tour operator. I'm not packaging, I'm offering to my clients Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, and I'm here. So my question is, what would you suggest for a European travel agent tour operator? What should I start offering? What kind of packages to the leisure market? What can you do for me in helping design and offer these packages?
Well, we would probably suggest to you, number one, to look at Vietnam, which is the most important and the fastest growing country in the Indochina region. We would tell you to go to Hanoi, to the capital, which is probably the most fascinating capital in Southeast Asia, because it still looks like hundreds of years ago, with a downtown area, old part of Hanoi, which is beautiful, still intact the way it used to be. We would tell you to go to the center of Vietnam, which is the cultural center, the art center, where in Hoi An, for example, you find artists, you find lacquerware, you find paintings, you find the beach resorts now these days as well in Hoi An. And it would tell you to go to Saigon, to the south, which is the bustling commercial capital with beautiful hotels, wonderful restaurants, a lot of shopping, and a lot of, bars and clubs and all the places to go. So you have a mix of basically everything in those three regions of Vietnam. After that, I think it's mandatory to go to Cambodia to see Angkor Wat, which are some of these 200 temples there are more than 1,000 years old. You get a wonderful idea of the the Khmer culture. You get a wonderful idea on the past in Cambodia, on the beautiful temples and beautiful pagodas. And in addition to that, these days you have fabulous hotels like Raffles, like Amman, like Sofitel, where you can, in addition to just see the temples, you can get a spa treatment, you can get wonderful restaurants, you can get good drinks and all that stuff. So basically you have a combination of, in Cambodia, of old, 1,000-year-old temples and some really beautiful relaxation in terms of spa, in terms of gourmet food, and in terms of drinks. That would be my suggestion for about a 12-day trip to Vietnam and Cambodia.
How would you suggest a couple of options of bridging the transportation between Vietnam and Angkor Wat?
Traditionally, clients used to fly, which is about between Saigon and Siem Reap, about a 1-hour flight. Traditionally, these days, people venture out into the Mekong Delta, which is approximately 2 to 3 hours south of Saigon. From there, you can take a boat trip. There's very beautiful hotels like Victoria Hotels. They have 2 nice properties. And you can take the boat across the border, down the Mekong, or basically up the Mekong, across the border into Cambodia. It's basically a full-day trip. You arrive in Phnom Penh. You see the Cambodian capital of Phnom Penh. Spend a nice night in a beautiful hotel like the Raffles or Intercontinental. See the capital with its royal palace. And then the next day, you can either fly to Siem Reap, where Angkor Wat is, or if you're really adventurous, you take another boat and go up the Tonle Sap lake and river into Angkor Wat, which takes you another day. So really, you can take it very adventurous, or you can just take it a little bit adventurous with one boat trip and a little bit on the safer side or on the more traditional side with the flights.
About this boat from Phnom Penh up to Siem Reap, I know that it's not internationally certified, but But I've also seen it actually in a MICE, in some conference, European conference brochure, that they included that. What's the word on the factual safety record of the service?
There are several options. I mean, there are certainly boats that we would not recommend. There's a couple boats like the RV Mekong, which is an overnight trip, which we definitely recommend because those boats are safe. I think you have both. There's one or two boats, faster boats, which we recommend to do because they have all the safety license that you need. But there's some to stay away, and that's why, again, you need to talk to experts. You need to know people who can tell you clear advice what to do and what not, because there's tons of boats, there's tons of other transportation means, and we would only recommend the safe ones, the ones with certificates. That's why it's very, very important for every traveler to consult a professional.
Laos, what suggestions do you have for packaging, and what to offer for somebody who wanted to visit it quickly versus somebody who, say, has 4 or 5 days?
Quickest trip would be to see, and this is a must, Luang Prabang, which is the old capital. Very old city, World Heritage Site. The whole city is a World Heritage Site, so the whole city is protected by UNESCO because of its beauty and its past and its cultural history. That is a quick trip. If you just want to do this, you fly from Bangkok to Luang Prabang on a non-stop Bangkok Airways flight. It's about an hour 15. You fly there, spend a couple nights in Luang Prabang, visit the caves, Paco Caves by boat trip on the Paco Caves by boat trip from Luang Prabang, which is a half-day trip. You see the beautiful temples and pagodas in Luang Prabang. You see the markets, and that's it. You can fly back to Bangkok 2-3 days later. That's the quickest way. You can add Vientiane to it, which is the capital. Always interesting to see at least for a day. Several ways to get in and out. You can cross the border by vehicle to Thailand from Vientiane, and then drive through Thailand or fly from Thailand to Bangkok. You can fly from Vientiane to Bangkok.